I feel like I could really shoot a skateboard video with this.
It feels like it, right? It has that skateboard kind of video style to it.
It's like there's so many numbers and dials on that.
Dude.
You're listening to the Shoot Your Shot podcast with Lindsay and Tim.
Welcome back to the Shoot Your Shot podcast. My name is Tim.
My name is Lindsay Coulter. Lindsay Janet Coulter is my full legal name.
Timothy Adam Yuza.
What's up, everybody?
I am 5'11", 197 pounds.
My social insurance number is...
Oh, God. We are the community-driven podcast for photographers who are just like you. Welcome to YouTube. Welcome to every podcasting platform that you listen and enjoy us on. We start every episode by rolling the magic 8 ball, asking it a yes or no question.
Sometimes Tim tries to ask it like a more complex
I
question.
get really weird with it.
And I'm like, I think he doesn't understand you.
Yeah.
You ask the 8 ball, I'm asking the pickle.
Okay, bookings are coming in. It's great. It's cuffing season. People are getting engaged.
Cuffing season?
People are inquiring, I should say. Bookings are not coming in. People are still in the holiday mix, just coming out of it now. Are we in a recession? Will people start booking us? Please.
You've asked. See, you did it again.
What? Okay.
He gets so complicated. And listen,
Are we in a recession?
As a psychic, my personal self, you have to be so abundantly clear with the universe.
Okay.
You can't ask it 7-part questions and have it.
I did ask it a yes and then no question, so
it would have been really confusing. So let's dial it in here, please, Tim. For goodness sake, it's a new year.
I would like us all to book the couples who've inquired to us, who make sense for us. The only way that happens is if we're not in a spending, fearful way.
Fearful freeze.
As a society. So are we in a recession?
Yes or no?
Yes or no?
Or maybe or whatever the answers are.
You can count on it.
Oh, okay.
Maybe we ask the pickle.
Oh.
Okay. Nye is your answer.
So screw the Bank of Canada.
Okay.
The Magic 8 Ball says we're in a recession. Okay, I'm going to ask, do people still need photos during a recession?
Huh.
The pickle juice swirls with cosmic possibilities.
That's a maybe. That's a probably yes.
That's the world's your oyster, and cool. Okay, so now that we've gotten that out of the way,
We're talking
happy January 2026.
January. Thank you for being here with us. First episode of podcast in 2026. Lindsay, we're going through our camera bags today.
We are
on the
going
episode.
through our camera bags.
We're going to look through our gear, our intentions, our bits that help us do our job for 2026 to serve our couples, to serve our clients, serve our families.
We have talked, I feel like over the last couple of months, over like a few things that we have enjoyed in our gift episode, our gift guide episode. We talked about some things that we enjoy. But today we're specifically talking about, and it's going to be kind of a marrying of two things.
Yes. Of
what's in our bag.
Yep.
Critical.
Yep.
You want to know, we're photographers working weddings and commercial gigs and portraits and all of the things. But when Tim and I think about gear, it's less about like the specs and more about the marrying of the two worlds of here's what I like to shoot and what I creatively want to create.
Yeah.
But then also what are couples and what are clients in 2026 looking for, and how do we need to change our gear, purchase new stuff, blah, 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 in order to make sure that we are staying relevant.
Okay.
Oh, Tim's got a
So I'm
big
going
old
to start.
bag.
We'll start with my photography kit.
Yeah, please.
We'll go to your photography kit. And we'll go back
Still
to
new one I
my videography kit.
Okay, let's go.
Because there's a bit of overlap, and also it's just nice to have nice things. This is my camera bag. I've had it for a few years. It is a Ona Brixton bag. It's nice. It came pre-distressed because I like to abuse my stuff. Just toss it in a car when I'm done with it. So it came pre-distressed.
Oh, I thought you did that to it.
No, that's why it looks the way it does. It's just like, that's what it looks like. Everything's very much jumbled in. I don't really use dividers very much. I'm kind of messy that way. But main kit camera I'm working with these days is the Canon R3 with a Canon R6 Gen 1 still. It still works fine.
Wow.
So I keep it.
Dangerous.
And these
Well, don't go to the Mark II, because then you're going to be cooked.
I've heard many things. I'll get to lighting.
He's
in
like, I'm
in a
sick of it,
second.
Lindsay,
But,
stop.
These are the main kit I've been using and will be using for 2026. They work really well. I am a 24 1.8. What's the
It's okay.
Prime.
It's hard to speak some
Prime
days.
lens.
Okay.
24
I was like,
1.8
I don't
prime,
know what he's looking for. I can't help
24
you.
to 70 2.8, a 50 1.2, and then a 16 2.8.
Are you a 1.2 girl?
I am a 1.2 girl. The 1.2 on the 50 for the Canon, like whatever series it is, L series. What do they call it? Yeah, L series. is fantastic. It's heavy as hell.
Yeah, as they are.
But it is like one of my favorite
51
lenses.
too. It's just so nice.
It's such a nice, buttery, beautiful lens. So this is my kit. I used to be a 35 to 85 boy.
Yeah.
With the 2 primes I would use. And then I just felt like the 35 wasn't wide enough. And I wanted to get closer to things. I like to be physically close to moments as they happen. And I feel like 24 allows me to kind of capture
You want to smooch them.
more of that. I want to be a bit close. Yeah,
You
I
wanna
want to be a
be-
little smoochy smooch. You know?
You notably don't have a 70 to 200.
No, I don't.
Tell me about that. Why?
I find they're too heavy and I don't enjoy the photos I get from the 7200. If I'm
Valid.
going to use something that's has a bit of a zoom on it, the 24 to 70 is perfect for family formals. Most of the venues that we work at and I work at, they require a bit of a wider,
True.
you know what I mean? So
You
24
want
to
to show the
70
grandiose
is
nature of
perfect.
them.
Yeah, I do have an 85 1.4, the Samyang, but I don't typically use it for photography because I don't see myself needing to get closer than 70. You know what I mean? With a zoom.
To each their own. And that is why there are different strokes for different folks. And I think that that's great, Tim.
No, I
I
also
think this
love-
is a solid kit.
I think it's good. I've been refining it over the years, and I finally decided that less is more, especially when it comes to telephoto stuff. I find that I'm way more closer to my couples. I don't want to be in shouting distance to be able to get. I don't want to be like to get a head to toe. 85 is always a nightmare for me. So 50 is like perfect. I can be close enough. I can get head to toe. I can still talk at a reasonable level and not have to like shout from a far distance.
That's
Do this. You know what I mean?
That's totally fair.
Yeah.
I can't say I shoot like a lot of head to toe. I guess there's that. I mean, I do, obviously. That's required.
Yeah.
People wear gowns. They like their feet in them, you know. That's not true. I shoot a lot of head to toe. I'll just yell.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's interesting how our gear and our personalities correlate,
Yeah.
right? Like I'm totally fine with a 70 to 200. 24 is like fine. I guess I'll do it. You know what I mean? But I think that the clients that book you for your personality and the clients that book me for mine, it's weird how our gear has found its way into matching that. Like, what's that about?
Do you think
Very cute.
Looking at this kit, do you think this represents me and my shooting style, knowing what you know about how I photograph people?
Yeah, 100%
Makes
it
sense?
does.
Okay.
You're
What do
like,
you think it says about me? If you're like, read this as a tarot card.
I think it says that you shoot 75% horizontal images.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I shoot a lot of vertical. The
Yeah.
50 would be a good vertical, but
Yeah.
I don't think I'd be rocking a 24 to shoot a lot of verticals unless you want it to get a little bit weird.
I like to show space. I realized something that I've looked into 25 when I'm looking back at my 2025, looking back at my albums, showing like context and showing a couple in a space is really important, I think, to me.
100%.
I don't know if that's something that
No, it should be
couples
important to
necessarily
everybody.
want, but it's something I want. I want them to like look back and be like, oh, this is me in the scale I was. This is the space I was in. I want them to look at the corners and like
But
notice
it
things.
should matter.
Yeah.
And I think it should matter to all of us. Like one thing that I definitely notice in newer photographers that's lacking is context. You know, they're just so desperate for like the super close up, those like banger images, right?
Yeah.
Really artistic, really cool. That's awesome. Unfortunately, I think in order to tell, specifically for weddings, the story of a day and how it unfolded, you have to go wide. You have to go tight. You have to go a little bit medium.
For sure.
Sometimes you have to have a combination of boring, posed, like top to, you know, head to toe, whatever, as well as like something so close that it's like two hands together, whatever, right?
For sure.
There's so much variety that's needed to have a really comprehensive wedding gallery. That I think that this kit does all of that. Like you've got the full scope. That I can't imagine you really needing a whole lot more. You also don't, I would say, don't shoot as many cathedrals as I shoot in.
This is true.
That I'm familiar with at least. And a 70 to 200 in a cathedral setting is somewhat critical for me because otherwise like I'm on top of a priest and weirdly they don't like that.
Yeah. Weird.
They don't like
The
that.
majority of weddings I shot last year were DTK chapel weddings. I
Yeah.
shot like 27 weddings at the
So the
chapel last
50
year.
is like, you're too close almost.
50 is too close, but it's also great for like, for getting those isolated portraits of people. Like it's just enough. 85 would be too tight in that tiny space. 16 I use so often for family formals, like big groups. I found that like some of the couples that get married at the chapel, they have like 9-10 people there and it's a small space. Being able to capture everyone in one frame at like, oh, what do we got? Oh, you're in focus? Yeah, you're focus up.
It's just hurting me a little bit.
Okay. Your brain? Okay, there we go.
Yeah. Sorry, for those of you who aren't watching on YouTube.
Yeah, if you're watching on YouTube.
We have a top-down angle today, so you can actually see our gear on the table, which is fun.
But no, I also really value those photos of everyone in one frame, and having something wide, and the 16 is like basically a pancake. It's so tiny. That allows me to toss in my bag. It's like if I need it kind of thing. If the 24 won't cut it. Having this 16 is great. So I'm going to go through parts of the day and what I use each lens and camera for.
Please.
I start the day with these two. Primarily, it is the R6 with a 50 1.2 and a R3 with a 24 1.8 because they're unassuming. They're small enough. I use a harness system. The holdfast system works really well. It's like two belts strung at the back. Just so I'm like hands-free, I can help adjusting things, running flat lays, waving people, shaking hands. It allows me to be hands-free and like maybe a little bit more like, I don't know, unassuming. You know what I mean? Like it's very like, hey, how's it going? My hands are open. I'm not gonna, I'm safe. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so just
valid.
holding a camera
Okay,
to his face. I love this system. I've had it for over a decade. It's the best. But yeah, so I'll start a day with these two because they're small. They're unassuming. They're not like a big wide zoom in people's faces. This helps me get context on the day. This helps me get portraits in low light situations, regardless of like what the lighting situation looks like in the getting ready spaces.
That's the nice thing about the 51 too.
Yeah.
I know I really harped on the 51 too a couple episodes ago, maybe, how much I just absolutely love it. The versatility of the difference of a 1.8 to 1.2 is massive. And
it's
I
crazy.
know like if you're listening to this and you're like, Lindsay, sorry, I'm just short the extra $3,000 that I need for that one lens.
Yeah.
When you get to the point that lens feels like it's attainable, or, you're maybe just like really not obsessed with your getting ready images.
Yeah.
Getting, whether it's the 51.2 or even a 1.4, depending on your system, Canon, Nikon, they all have different options. But the 1.2 just gives you so much more. I found myself over the last few years using a lot more flash during getting ready.
Okay.
And the thing that I don't like about that is that it does tend to give a commercial feel to a thing that shouldn't feel. It depends. Some of my weddings do feel like very glamorous and very like they do require a little bit more of an editorial commercial kind of look to them.
Yeah.
But if I want it to have a very soft, cozy at home vibe, I want to be shooting natural light.
It's also the start of the day. You want people to be like, oh, we're doing a photo shoot now. We all have to be like,
the flash is popping off nonstop.
Everyone straightens their back. Everyone's like, which is great to be like camera ready and ready to be photographed. But at the same time, it's not what the day's about.
Yeah. Well, speak for yourself. I like to make my days entirely about photography. If you guys are worried about your vows and seeing your grandmother later today, let me just tell you, that's not what this is about.
Send her home now.
This is a photo shoot first and foremost. Buckle up.
Clip that, idiots.
Clip that.
So yeah, this is how I start the day. These two lenses, they work really well. It allows me to get some context of the space we're in, as well as some nice portraits of people looking their best by a window with the best natural light we can find. Following
gorgeous.
that, we do first look. I typically, depending on the space, that's when I'll transition the 24 off and put on the 24 to 70 f2.8, just so I have a bit more versatility. If I need to zoom in, if I can. If I need to be more of the 35, I can always do that. And the 2.8 is decent. Like, it's good.
The 24 to 70 2.8 is just a workhorse.
It's such a good lens.
If you were going to have one lens, this is it. That's the GOAT.
This is freaking it.
For weddings, that's actually, I think that's probably the first legit lens that I bought when I was just starting out in weddings, because it is so versatile. The 2.8 is critical. I think the f4 is just not going to cut it for weddings, unless, I don't know, you're shooting in the most brightly lit studio scenarios all the time, which is
never. And
especially for an early days photographer, that's never happening.
No.
You're shooting in like some of the harshest conditions and the rudest lighting scenarios.
And back when we started, it was like 800 ISO. Oh, great. Everything's grainy as hell because this is a D700. So, this lens is great. It's perfect. It's a really good workhorse. I did have the 2.0, the 28 to 70 2.0, which was awesome lens, but it was very heavy. And it didn't have, I found myself keeping it on. Like, I'd have it on throughout the entire day and I wouldn't take it off.
Yeah.
And it was good. It was.
You turned your brain off a little.
I turned my brain off a bit, and it didn't get the images I wanted. I wasn't able to, like, I would end up framing myself more than I would frame the couple, if that makes sense. Like, I would take less creative risks to get the images I wanted. I'm like, well, I can just stand here and zoom and I'll get 3 images. I'm like, yeah, but they're devoid of any creativity. I feel like I'm just literally a button pusher.
They were
at that
photos
point.
that existed.
They were photos that existed.
Yeah.
And they were fine, but they weren't this level.
Yeah.
So for first look, I'll definitely toss this on. I'll probably use this more often just to give myself some space. I like to give my couples as much space as possible, and having a 50 is a perfect blend where I can be just far enough that they kind of forget about me. I can also get head to toe.
Yeah.
And then once they're like, what do we do now? I can still hear them and I can step in and say, let's take some nice portraits. So this is the combo for that. And then ceremony starts. I am, if we don't do family formals, we'll skip that. We'll do that after the ceremony. Let's say I'll keep this combo on. So I'll have the 24-70. I'll have the 51.2, and that's typically what I'll rock for the entire ceremony. Just because, again, versatility, and then creative, fun, beautiful, buttery. What the light's going to do, we'll find out together. 1.2 availability. Following the ceremony, they come down the aisle. I'm probably shooting on 24-70 for the most part after the first kiss and all that lovely stuff. And then I'll keep this on for family formals because I'll end up stopping down to 3.5 sometimes, 4, depending on how many people stacked on a family
fair
portrait.
enough.
Plus, I want to make sure everyone's like super.
I just say too bad about the people in the back. You guys suck. You didn't make it to the front row.
You're no
well,
good.
I guess you don't need to be in this picture all that crisp, do
What
you?
can I do? So you might have noticed I don't have a flash in here yet. I do find that I'm more of a natural light during the day, and I like to keep flash on when the sun goes down. That's kind of my thing. I know it's not for everyone, and that's fine. You can live your life.
It's not for me.
It's not for Lindsay, and that's fine.
Okay.
Her day's about a photo shoot, and that's
Literally, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I'll bring the flash
this
and
guy's
stuff
trying
in
to
a
make
second.
the day about them.
Yeah.
Weird.
And then for wedding party portraits, depending on how big they are, if they're smaller groups, I'll stay with the 24, put that back on. And then the 50 and just alternate between the two of those. Again, having this harness system is super helpful just to be able to like drop one, pick one up, without having to think about it.
Crazy behavior.
I know you don't use
Could not
straps.
be me.
Notoriously, it's not your thing.
I just like to toss them on a chair and
put
see
them
what
on a chair and
happens.
like, I'll come back. Make
Haven't
sure
been
that
robbed
doesn't go anywhere.
yet. Nobody's taking my cameras.
So wedding party, I'll probably go back to 24 and the 50. And then same with portraits of the couple. I'll just stick with these two because they work really well. And again, it forces me into a space where I have to be a bit more creative. I don't have the ability to zoom in the spot and like make up compositions without moving my feet. I find that this makes me much more creative and much more checked into the moment.
I will say the thing that I love the most about primes versus zoom lenses is that you are given more restrictions.
Yeah.
When I have all of the focal lengths available to me within a quick little doot of my hand, you tend to remove some of the creativity out of it. Boxing myself into like, okay, I'm going to shoot on this 50 as much of today as I possibly can, obviously without making like poor choices.
Yeah.
It's really fun to see what can be created in those moments. And I do find I'm doing better work when I try to lock off on like just using less gear.
It all comes down to
it's funny to see this because I bet like some wedding photographers would look at this and be like, that's not enough gear.
It is.
It's everything that you need. It's cameras that have dual card slots.
Yeah.
You obviously have many batteries and all of the backups that are required. You have focal lengths that could cover every single part of the day, regardless of the scenario that you're put in.
And I'm not wheeling a giant bag around. I'm using my
you have the flexibility and the freedom to just like let the moment speak for themselves instead of being like, hey guys, wait a few minutes. I've got like a bunch of lenses I need to swap over. Or you also don't have to have an assistant swapping lenses for you. That's the other thing that I don't really enjoy. If things are moving really quickly, I will ask a second, hey, can you go and grab this from my bag or whatever? Again, that's because I don't have a harness system. So I usually do have like a bag in a corner with my extra stuff.
Yeah.
I don't like the mental load of having to think about, hey, can you go and get this thing because I don't have it available to me? My dream is to have a kit that is so versatile and so limited that I know exactly what I have available to me without running around a room and changing lenses and taking the time with that. Okay, you've pulled out more things.
Legit.
What do we have here? Let's discuss lighting.
So I'm doing detail photos. Again, I'll probably I'll usually stick with the 50 and the 24 just to get like, again, context of the space.
What kind of details are we
We're
talking?
talking reception details.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, it helps me create focus in a space that's just like, there's so much chaos going on. I want to focus on the centerpieces. I want to focus on the named cards. I want to focus on the cutlery, whatever it might be. 51.2 helps you get there. 24 is for the wide shots. And then also available light is always the best. When I need to light a space, I go with the ProPhoto 810. Again, such a workhorse, such a lovely thing. Very expensive, but worth it. Worth every penny. It's like my favorite flash I've ever used. I know
Don't you hate that when you say it's expensive, but it's worth it? It's like, oh,
yeah.
I was wishing you would tell me it's expensive and don't bother. Go with the cheap one.
I have heard that the new V1 for the
Godox
is like So
buddy.
I'll probably test it out this year as well. But for this combo, like I could get a lot done with just this, basically in a 24.
It's kind of a funny looking flash. I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's
like
pretty.
The front of
pretty
it's a little bit
funky,
odd.
Yeah, it's very simple setup though, which I really enjoy. Like it's very, very like simple to turn on. You just have like a dial. You can adjust your focus in terms of like your width of your beam. And then it has a bunch of modular stuff, just like all the ones do, that just kind of pop on and off. So I love it. It just works. It works really well. Battery lasts a long time. It's got a switch for TTL versus manual. And it works with your phone. There's an app you can like use your iPhone.
Yeah, no,
and
I'm a
trigger with
big
that.
fan of that.
It's so fun, dude.
And that's really fun because you can use your flash to do like BTS on your phone.
Yeah.
You can use your flash to take photos of people, like portraits on your cell phone.
Should you wish. Yeah.
Should you wish. Weird.
Should
but
something break and you're like, I need to use a phone. I can still have working
the
flash.
is still sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly. One of my favorite photos that somebody took of me was at way up north. I think it must have been one of the Pro Photo booth guys
Yeah.
because they took it of me on their phone with a Pro Photo flash, and it's like it looks like
this is incredible.
Looks
Yeah.
like it was taken on a mirrorless camera.
I have many photos of Kelly on the couch when I first
Just
got
well
this flash.
lit.
I'm like, click. She's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm having the best day.
I'm having fun. Let me have fun.
So reception starts, first dances. I will typically just use this, try and bounce it off the ceiling as much as I can, depending on the space again we're in. I also have a Godox AD100 Pro, which is kind of like a little pop can if you're just tuning in, but it uses the same batteries as the Godox like flashes.
yeah. So it's
In similar
versatile
vein.
to
So it's
swap.
very versatile. I got this by working with Taylor. He did a shoot for Red Bull in Blue Mountain.
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
He had these given to him by Godox. He's like, you want one? I'm like, yeah, let's do it. So he gave me I think 2 of them.
Yeah, those are fun.
And they're a blast. They're great. They're perfect little handheld guys. Again, these are the Godox and the newer. They're all kind of knockoffs of the Pro Photo thing, which is great. I love that there's like theft because it makes it affordable
We
for
love
people.
intellectual property theft.
Just
Everybody,
take it. Just take it.
Listen, there absolutely is a difference, and I use Godox flashes. I'm a big fan of not spending $1,500 on a flash.
Yep.
$2,000 on a flash, whatever. There's a difference. The connectivity is not always there. Sometimes there's more buttons and menus than I
Build
think are
quality is
necessary.
typically a bit better.
There is a difference for sure.
Yeah.
But you take the good with the bad. And in that scenario, I take my money in my pocket.
Facts of life. And then for dance floor stuff, after we've done all the formal photos, again, 50, 24. That's typically what I shoot most dances on because you can get kind of close.
Yeah.
You can get nice wide context photos. I have another newer flash or a Godox flash I put on my R6, but for dance party stuff, this is my favorite combo. I use this and I use this. And I'll focus the beam.
Say this and this.
So
We
this
have
and
people
this.
that are. This is actually a podcast. Let me just remind you that people are listening.
juggle physical things and talk. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So I have a R6 with a 16 millimeter 2.8 that lens. That's a combination. On top of with camera, I have a Godox trigger, the X Pro C for Canon thing. It allows you to have like up to
I think 8 channels.
8 channels for different lighting. That's insane to me. I've never used more than 2. Who's using like 6? You know, I work with some
this
photographers
isn't
who
the
like
Met
set up.
Gala.
They
I'm
set
not-
up like every corner has a flash. I'm like, what are we doing?
This isn't the NFL.
No.
I don't need to trigger lights for every part of this stadium.
No.
Anyways.
And you might think, Lindsay, that a 16 is like the kind of thing where you really need to be close to people's faces to get a
Right.
nice photo. I've discovered a fun trick that I do
Tell me.
where I'm maybe 5-10 feet away and I have the camera up like this.
Yeah.
I zoom the flash in to be about 70.
Oh,
So it's
only
a really tight beam and you get these really beautiful silhouettes of people interacting with each other. And there's
Fun.
just darkness surrounding them mostly and then just like a kind of like a spotlight on them.
So there's a little bit of context, but not
There's
like,
a little bit of context,
yeah.
but not enough to be like, oh, I'm seeing everything at once and they're
Mm-hmm.
just blown out. Like it's perfect. Oh, I should throw up a photo. I might throw a photo of some of my
Please.
favorites from this year of just like walking into a space being like
Bingo.
this far from you and getting a really nice portrait of just you just by hitting you with the beam.
Yeah.
It is so fun. And for
I
dance
love that.
floor, you know, you're a convert. You love the wide angle on the dance
Big
floor. You love
fan.
getting close. You love dancing with people, getting those photos up close and personal. And it's just a fun, easy, unassuming lens, kit, body situation where you're not shoving a 24-70 in someone's face and firing off.
Also, by the end of the night, my hands are just tired.
Oh,
my arms
rocked.
are tired. And also, like, okay, so the alternative of your kit of the 24-70 with the
Please.
flash on and
Yeah.
what is this? R3? What's
R3.
this thing called?
Yep.
That's a heavy ass camera.
Hold it.
And I don't even want to. I don't even want to.
Yeah.
By the end of the day, I want to have fun on the dance floor.
Yes.
Like, I want to
match the energy.
I want to get in there. I want them to feel like I'm not throwing away this part of your day.
No.
I said to one of my clients this fall, they hired me fairly last minute. I want to say 6 weeks out from their wedding. And I wasn't available for the entire day. I was flying out to Iceland then that night, literally at 11 o'clock that night. So I had said to them, I'm not available for your reception. What do you want to do about this? I can have Montana come and shoot the entire reception. I trust her.
Yeah.
They said that they were thinking if I wasn't available and I couldn't get somebody, that they could have their friend shoot the reception. What I said to them was, the reception to me is not a throwaway. It's not well, we did all your portraits, your family photos are done, your ceremony was important, and then the reception is a throwaway and
whatever.
I don't care about it.
Yeah, no.
I said, I want Montana or somebody that I have hired to shoot this because then your images are all going to match. Obviously, that's important to me. But like, the reception is a huge part of the story of this day. The number of couples that come to us saying, oh, like, we don't really care about the earlier part, but like, we're just excited to have a big party. But then they have their photos end like an hour into the reception. I'm like, I'm just very confused by this because I think that on one hand, they maybe have never seen really, really fun reception images. And a lot of people don't put them in their portfolios because it's not their strongest work. Yeah. Or people get a little bit messy. And in my case, I don't put pictures out there that I think people wouldn't be excited for their bosses to see.
Yeah, when there's like ties on heads and
right. Like
slips.
Yeah,
some weird stuff.
But for me, I just think it's really a great opportunity for us to get creative and do fun and different things. And you don't have to be safe during the reception because people aren't necessarily looking at these as like their most critical images, So it is a really fun opportunity for you to get in there, like take the bag off, I don't know, get a crispy DC and just like vibe out with your clients.
Have some cake.
It's a really good time for them to feel connected to us too. Yeah. If you
and
are standing off on the far corner and you've got your off-camera flash set up in the middle of the dance floor and you're popping off from an 85 from the background, sure, you're probably going to still get some okay photos, but the connection is totally lost with your clients and their friends and family.
And the experience
so
of
I
everyone
do feel like this 16 with your off-camera Godox situation, that's really fun.
It's a blast. And you could use one of these, right? You can use the same thing. It's essentially the same flash.
It's just a speed light for those of you who are not watching.
It's a speed light that's meant to be more of on a light stand than affixed to the top of a camera. It looks like a Coke can, which is a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is
it's
fun.
It's like a cup holder. One more note on that. I think people want to feel connected to you and leave on a high note because typically you're done at the end of the night.
Yeah.
Like just after you've done a couple of photos of dancing, maybe 10, 15 songs into the party kicking off. They want to like end on like a really banger note with you. Like, hey, we had fun with you. Like, let's celebrate a little bit. Yeah. Let's have a good time. I want to see you having fun. The whole day they're questioning like, are they having fun? Is anyone having fun? Do we put up enough Jenga? Is there enough of like quizzes on the tables so people understand our relationship? Like,
are people enjoying
They're
themselves?
so obsessed with people enjoying themselves, and they do. They
and
always
if
will.
They feel like, although yes, we are hired.
Yeah.
But if they feel as couples like you're not having fun.
Yeah.
And I've seen this. Like I've had couples tell me like, oh, we were in so-and-so's wedding and their photographer was just not fun.
Yeah.
They were not having a good time. They were miserable, whatever. Like they were bossy. They were just not enjoyable.
Yeah.
I just want to be like the antithesis of that. Obviously, I'm not saying that I'm going to be like doing keg stands with the groomsmen in the morning. I want them to know I'm having an amount of fun that allows me to still do my job. But like, I truly am enjoying myself.
Yeah.
Like
this is
no
the best
one
job.
wants to hire somebody that is just trying to make a bunch of money and they thought wedding photography was the best way to do it.
They don't want
you want somebody
transactional
that
photographer.
actually genuinely enjoys shooting weddings
Bingo.
or shooting portraits or whatever, right? So
bingo ringo.
I love that. I think that this is a really good setup.
Closing out the kit for couples who request film. This is not the best option, but it's the option I use. I don't get a lot of requests for film on wedding days. Typically, it's something I'll try out if I like have to burn a roll. I want to shoot a few frames. Or if it's like I get a new experimental 35 mil roll of film, I want to try it out.
You're just bored and you think, I'm going to shoot something else.
Well, it's just fun to have, you know what I mean? So I use the, and I bought this in Japan. It is the Leica no, what is it called? Wow, I don't even know what it's called ananymore. It's a Leica point and shoot camera. It is the Mini Lux. The Mini Lux, it's a 40 millimeter f2.4 fixed point and shoot style camera. It has some some manual functions, like You can select your, on the top there, let's use this, why not? We have it. You can select from 2.4 to f16. You can select your, if you want to like do range focusing from like 0.7 to 7 meters to infinity. You have full automatic there if you want to go that way. You can adjust your flash. There's EV response. Like it's got some nice features to it, and it creates some really nice images with this incredible lens. So I'm a big fan of it. I don't think it's a workhorse because I know that these cameras, after about, I don't know, maybe 40, 50 rolls you put through them, all the sensor information is in the lens, and there's a little cable that goes in and out every time. And every time you push it in and out, it like the trigger, everything is in this lens.
What in the world?
So they made this in 1990.
So it's just about to break?
1991. You can get it repaired for $200. There's a company called Red Dot.
This is a thing you know.
Thing I know, but it's also a beautiful camera. So
I mean, that's...
I'd love it.
So what we're saying is don't put that in your bag.
Don't put this in your kit, but it's fun
dumb.
and nice to have. And it's great for like, one-off shots.
There's going to be somebody in our DMs being like, if you really want to be pretentious, you should go fully.
I could, but I won't. And I know
man.
it was a nice thing I wanted to give myself. And it's a fun toy and it looks really cool. So I like this camera a lot. I thought I'd bring it up.
And there's going to be one person at your wedding that knows what Leica is. And they're going to be like, wow, he's legit. He's really legit, guys. This guy shoots Leica.
So that's
Why not shoot Hasselblad? Why not go all the way?
I don't want to deal with those huge files, dude. That's the other thing.
Scary.
This camera, this is like a 30 megapixel. This
The
is
R6
similar.
and the R3.
The R6 and the R3, they use like within the 30 megapixel range, which is perfect. So it's just high res enough to get some nice prints, but also won't kill every hard drive I put them into when I do my back-end processing.
Especially because a lot of the time you are also doing video at some point that weekend, whether it's a photo video day or not. I know you're trying to not do so much of that, but like you have a lot of data.
I do. Yeah. And I bought this the R3, the big boy, I think last year or the year prior. And because it does dual video in a really good way. And we'll get into that when we talk about my video kit. But first, Lindsay, let's go into your kit.
Let us, please. Okay. Well, hi, everybody. Welcome.
Hi, Lindsay.
Welcome me to the podcast. Okay. So get your crap off of here.
I'm going.
So I am using the Camrette bag, spelled Kamrette. Wow. It looks really big.
This? Where's this from?
This is from Australia. Well, it's literally from the brand Camrette. I don't remember what the actual name of the backpack is. Doesn't matter. If you like it, it's vegan leather, which was important to me. And also it's cute as heck. I got it in this auburn color, gold detailing. That's nice. Okay. Has many pockets.
Hell yeah.
Big fan of pockets. Let's get into it, shall we? Okay. So
what do we got?
What's in this bag? So I'm a Nikon girl. We all know this. This is nothing new. I have the Nikon Z6 III, Nikon Z8,
Rock and roll.
24 to 70. We've literally just told you how much I like that. The 24 to 70 f2.8s, and then the Nikon 50 1.2s. Quite a bit larger than the Canon one, quite a bit larger. But also, I just assume it's better. I've never done any testing to tell you whether that is or isn't true. But I can tell you.
Compare the size of this thing?
Sure. It's actually not that much bigger.
How's the weight?
It is a lot heavier.
Okay.
It is a lot heavier. But this is it. This is. So this is Tim's Canon 24 to 70.
Oh, do you want the 50?
Oh, wait. You gave me the wrong lens. I was like, this is... Oh.
There you go. Okay.
Okay. Well, the weight is, I would say, the same.
Okay.
The same in my hand.
Okay.
I mean, this isn't like a what are those things called? Like guess my weight.
Okay.
At the fair.
The fair, yeah.
I'm not quite sure. But interestingly, the 50 1.2S on the Canon... The actual front element is buried in there. And on the Nikon, it's right out front and center. It's also massive.
This one moves in and out too. So it does go in and out, the 50 1.2 on the Canon.
Yeah, the Nikon one is massive in comparison.
Yeah.
Some of us need to clean our lenses.
Oh, definitely some of us.
Some of us do. But yeah, I love the 50 1.2, as you know. And then I do have a 70-200 f2.8s. That's the biggest difference, I would say, in Tim's and my kits. I don't put it in my main camera bag for every single wedding.
Yeah.
Because I know the venues I'm shooting at usually pretty well. And some of them I know they just do not require it. I don't find it to have soul like, a 50 or an 85 or whatever. And that's generally my main issue with it, is that it's a really beautiful lens. It gives you gorgeous depth of field.
Totally.
Like the buttery bokeh is just like, it's so stunning. It makes people really stand out from the background. It looks like an expensive image, to be honest. The finished product of it looks very expensive, which I really enjoy. What I don't enjoy is having such an enormous and heavy heavy lens.
Oh my God.
I used to shoot on this all the time.
Actually.
I used to shoot on the 70-200 all the time.
The metal one for Nikon, like in the DSLR days, was so much. It was like twice the weight of this. It was
I don't know about twice, but yeah, it was
maybe.
heavy. I think it's probably on par, to be honest with you. Okay. But yeah, I do like it. I do really like it, but I just find I don't need to be that close a lot of the time.
The thing I like about your lenses for the Nikon Z series is that they have little screens, most of them.
The top of them, they all have like have a little LED screen on the top to tell you what focal length you're currently at, which is funny. And then I have the 35 1.8S, another like classic that I really enjoy. I use this for a lot of like getting ready details and portions of the day. Again, kind of depends on the space I'm in. Yeah. The one thing that's not here is my 85. Listen, I just didn't want to pack a whole freaking bag to come in here, okay? But I do use the 85 1.8S also quite frequently. Then the other thing that I love, I also got this in Japan, is the Olympus MJU 1. It's limited edition, you'll notice. Why?
Shit.
Because God forbid I get the not limited edition. Anyways, it's in chrome. It's a point and shoot film camera. I shot on a Canon AE1, which is a manual, full manual film camera. I was just very slow. When it's not my number one focus of a day, I found that I wasn't shooting enough with it.
And it's manual focus, right? This is autofocus.
Yeah, the other one's completely manual. That's what I mean. It's just really slow. So this one, it's, a full auto system, which I really enjoy. You can change whether the flash comes on or not. That's
perfect.
Pretty much all I need. I got to burn this. I've got one picture left here. I'm going to take a picture of you right now. Gorgeous.
No flash.
The
well lit, that's why.
The sound is really nice on it too. Satisfying. I think that adding flash in 2026 is a very good idea.
Yeah.
Even if you're not using it as a primary deliverable, I think it lets your clients know that you can hang.
Yeah.
What I mean is like your clients need to know that you're relevant, especially Tim and I in our big age over here. We're not that old, but I'll keep telling myself that. I want my couples to know that I know what kind of images they're looking at. I want them to know that what's trending and what's cool on TikTok, that I'm aware of it and that I can create it.
For sure.
Even if it's not 100% of what they hire me for, I want them to know that I am aware of the trend and I'm aware of what's cool. So I'll throw some direct flash in. I'll make some blurry photos for you.
Even if it's not for that couple, the bridesmaids and groomsmen who are watching are like, well, I'm next getting married, so let's see what this girl's got. You're auditioning, right?
I want people to know that I am aware of what is cool and relevant.
Yep.
And although I think that we can do better than just trends, I can also do trends, and I would never want to be excluded from the vision of someone's day because they don't see me using flash or they don't see me using film.
What is this button? On the Z8, there's like right by the...
That's none of my business.
What is it? What does it do? Is it a function button?
Quite literally none of my business. It's I assume it's a function button.
Or is it like a flash?
Well,
or
on
the
Z8, on the Z8, you can map all of the buttons to be anything that you want. I would have. Is there not a battery in it?
I don't know.
Test it out. AFCYS. You can just change your focus.
You map it wherever you want, I'm sure.
But you can just map it to be anything that you want. That's the really fun thing about the Z8 is you can literally change all of the buttons to be choose your own adventure.
I'll put it back.
Thank you so much.
Of course. Can you walk me through the day and what you're using on what specific part of the day? I know not every day is the same, But do you have more things? Do you have more
Sure,
things?
yeah.
Okay.
No, so I was just going to say, while I do not have a harness system,
Okay.
and because I typically only try to focus on having one camera as my camera that I'm shooting on at a
Any
time.
given time? Okay.
I only have one hand that
That's
I
true.
can take a picture with generally. So I try to only have one camera. I do like to have two cameras physically on my person during ceremonies and
Yep.
things that only happen once. And I'm not going to be like, wait, everybody, hold on one sec.
Let me get my camera from the back.
My other camera is actually the better option for this, or something's gone wrong here. So I do still use the Peak Design strap.
It's a good one.
A
The gray is
good
really
one.
nice.
It's very versatile.
Yeah.
You can make it,
Dress it up, dress it down.
you know, shorter or longer.
But also, like,
So
it looks good. Like, it looks...
it looks clean. It looks professional. The hold fast strap thing for me personally is just not my vibe.
Totally.
Messes up my outfits.
Got it.
Messes up my hair.
It does.
Looks really utilitarian.
For sure. I wear mine under my jacket.
Yeah, it's not my aesthetic.
Yeah.
It looks great on you. So
Thanks.
this isn't me roasting like,
No, I
oh,
get it.
everything Tim does is stupid. Different strokes, my ladies and gentlemen.
But also, most of the things Tim does are pretty stupid.
only 95%.
Oh, that's pretty... 5%?
You've got 5.
5%?
So, okay, so to walk you through a little bit of the day.
What's in here? Is this anything?
Oh yeah,
punch?
that's a battery charger with an
Oh,
extra
smart.
battery, and then I
Do you
always
find yourself charging on wedding days? Do you plug in?
no. I just like to have everything I need.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just curious.
No, I don't generally. I don't need to charge things because these batteries last forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, they literally last forever.
Yeah.
I could probably shoot 2 weddings on one battery. As long as I do pretty well for turning my cameras off in between
Same.
shooting.
Yeah.
Which is actually interesting. You know, so people just leave their cameras on all
Day.
Oh, you're wondering why your shit's broken?
When you're walking to a space?
Not a good
Like,
idea.
you're walking 5 minutes. Turn the camera
Turn
off.
it off. And it's like really quick to turn them back on.
Yeah, it doesn't take much.
Yeah, so I always have a charger with me. I have a couple of other things.
Please,
One
yeah, bring them
moment.
up.
I'm carrying my mic down with me here. Okay, I always have an auxiliary bag. I always
Okay.
have like a tote of random shit that didn't fit in this backpack.
Ox bag.
Yeah.
Do you want to move some space? We can move this stuff?
No,
Okay.
I don't really care.
What is
Let's
this,
clutter
Lindsay?
it all up. Okay, so the one thing that I definitely think is critical in 2025 is the ability for you to create your own behind the scenes content.
Hell yeah.
You don't need to have a second photographer in order to do this. It's cool if you do, but
No, ma'am.
like it's just as easy to pull your phone out and put it either on like one of those sticky back phone cases, which I
Yeah.
don't currently have, I don't think with me, but or this phone tripod that has its own remote control.
It goes
it's very
much taller than
yeah,
this.
it goes much
the
taller.
telescope's quite tall, like 6 feet almost.
Yeah, this is just Amazon. So cheap.
Yeah.
This was in our gift guide. So if somebody had Santa get this for you, lucky. But it's just a really great way for me to feel like I can create content without either pulling the attention from my second, who
Yeah.
realistically should be making work for our clients, or it just gives me full control to be like, I'm going to put this on. We're going to let this roll.
This is a unique moment. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, exactly. I also always bring my laptop with me. So I generally have a
Ooh,
bag.
a dongle bag. Put it here.
Yeah, so I have a bag that has a picture of Kourtney Kardashian on it that says,
Naturally,
my vibe
naturally.
right now is just living life.
Is that the quote she had?
No,
Like
that's
asking
another
questions?
one. No,
What was the one?
that's Kylie Jenner.
What did Kylie say? Discovering things?
I think that 2020 is just the year about thinking about things. Something like that. I botch it every week, Tim. We're on like week 6 of me botching that quote.
Of course I remember it.
I use the T7 Shield.
They're
I
great.
have 2 of these. One's black and one's beige. The beige one I use for sessions. The black one I use for weddings. It's not
Color
rocket
coding.
science,
Oh.
but it works. And in here, I also have a microphone.
Yep.
Should I require that for my photos? I have a USB-C anchor pack. Again, another thing that was on our gift guide, but this is so amazing. If you have a client who's like, oh my gosh, my phone's dying, they're stressed.
Here you go.
You can plump that on. It's also a USB-C, so it charges literally anything that requires it, including
Cameras.
cameras, should you need the world's slowest charger for that. And then I have just a minimal amount of chargers
USB-C
for
cables,
if people need those things.
Apple Watch
And
charger. Okay.
Honestly, it's not usually our clients. It's typically a planner or a DJ
Yeah.
or a florist or
Videographer.
a
Those
videographer,
idiots.
those dummies
Yeah.
that need stuff that they've forgotten. And hey, I happen to be the girl
not
who's
me.
got it.
It's not me. Ooh, let's get to lighting.
discuss a lighting
Yeah.
option here real quick. I've got the Godox V100N here.
This is a new boy.
Touchscreen.
Hell yeah.
It is very powerful. I never have to wait for it to refresh. It is a flash and it flashes. And you can charge it with USB-C. You don't need its own charging station or dock, which I really appreciate it.
Too, right? It can go to like 4,000th of a second or something.
If you
stupid.
say so.
I don't know.
I don't know. I like it. It takes pictures with the flash on, and that's the thing that I like the most about it.
Yeah.
It's super, super reliable.
TTL,
I am so
all day.
sick of having flashes that are slow.
Yeah.
No, I do manual usually.
manual?
It was
Okay.
on TTL, but typically I'm using that manual because TTL flashes so. I'm like, this is too bright, guys. This is not necessary. And the two other things that I always bring with me are my card wallet, Pelican card wallet.
Hell yeah.
And then Sage Pocket Pharmacy.
Here we go. Not a sponsor, but should be.
You really should be. I bring this thing with me everywhere. So inside of this, it has, this is essential oils for those of you who are like, what's Sage? Sage is, I think, a Canadian brand.
Might be.
But it has peppermint halo. So that's for migraines, a thing for immunity, a thing called Eater's Digest. That's in case your tummy gets sore and you can rub it on your tummy.
You drink some of this.
A stress release and a pain release.
Hell yeah.
I have given this to so many clients to use. They're drinking, they're whatever. They maybe don't want to take an Advil.
Yeah.
It's a nice little scent. It's not overpowering.
No.
I discovered this because I had a horrible migraine and I had a guy at a wedding come over and be like, do you have that headache? And he was a doctor and he was like, give me a second. And he goes back to his table and he came out with the peppermint halo, put it on the back of my neck. I had such a horrible migraine that I was about to call Taylor and be like, you have to come and
help me
do this wedding because I'm dying.
Yeah.
And it like cured me. So I don't go anywhere without this. Wedding days are long.
Yeah.
Shoot days are long. I just like to have options that do work for me. The other reason I should say is I used to have an allergy to Advil. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember that
So
day.
I used to have an anaphylactic allergy. I have cured myself of it to Advil.
That's in there?
No, I'll put that in there later. Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
I'm just going to get this out of the way.
Okay. Not important. It was just
That was totally fine. That was
case.
a Pelican case.
Yep.
The last thing I will say is because I like to do on-site backups and I like to have Imagen run during dinner.
Hell yeah.
Is that I always bring a laptop with me. This is so funny. This is actually Tim's old laptop.
Hell yeah.
Because there's so many people in my life that do video. They require better laptops than I do, more frequently than I need them.
Upgrades.
So I have the MacBook Pro 14-inch. I get a lot of
M1.
DMs of people asking me, this is the M1. People asking me what size of MacBook I have because obviously we travel a lot. I bring it to weddings. I edit everything off of this. Like I do have, it's an absolute brick now, but the iMac out front.
Oh yeah.
And I prefer to edit on this smaller thing. I mean,
the screen's better. It's faster. Everything about it
it's
is
just versatile.
Yeah.
It suits my life. I do have this attachment on the front here. It's called Afterplug, and it allows me to slide my hard drive into it so that it's plugged in and is never dangling off of the side.
You converted me.
I did, yes. Tim has the same.
Little things just slide in. Go in there.
Yeah, very nice.
And you have your little, your little space there. I also use one usually for cable. If I'm working on two projects at once, I have two little sleeves attached to the back of my laptop here, as you can see. Typically, I'll put one at a time, unless I'm like doing batch rendering and edits. The other one I usually put like AirPods in or like cables in. It works really well just to have that.
Your bits.
Yeah, little bits.
Yeah, no, I'm a really big fan of having that. It's nice to not have my stuff
I also have
hanging
stickers
off
on the
of the
bottom.
back.
I put my stickers on the bottom of my laptop. I don't know why. Yeah, a little banana bread.
Because you like personality, but you want to hide
Take a hike
it.
over hiking boots, Oatly sticker, and then a
We have to tell people
Bandito.
about the story of take a hike over a hiking boot.
Okay, so Lindsay has a brand
It's called Georgian Bay.
called Georgian Bay, and there's clothes all behind us here. I'll get one.
It's actually the podcast studio is surrounded by sweaters. This was like a big focus of mine for a while. This brand called Georgian Bay. We have, for those of you who are not Canadian or you're just not good at geography, we have a bay, B-A-Y, called Georgian Bay. And so anyways, I created this brand with my friend Nova, and we spelled it Georgian B-A-E for the girls. Anywho, we were making stickers one year and I went on Fiverr, I think it was.
I think it was. Whatever Stickly,
yeah.
whatever the name of the sticker company is. Who cares?
No, Fiverr to get them to design this.
Oh, right.
And what I wanted was an image of hiking boots. And then I wanted it to say, very unoriginal now, take a hike. And anyways, I described it and I said, I wanted to say, take a hike. And then I wrote over a hiking boot as the description. And didn't she come back with, a drawing of hiking boots, and then it quite literally just says, take a hike over a hiking boot. And so we got 100 of those stickers made because that is funny as hell. And we just gave them out to our friends.
So I put these stickers on hard drives I wanted to note. There's for specific projects, like usually for the podcast, I'll put one of these stickers on the podcast hard drive. So I see. Yeah, it's a good sticker, man.
I just like stickers.
It's a good story.
These are all from Redbubble.
Yeah, what do you got?
I've got one that says protect our parks. I've got another one that is a cat in a NASA suit with a camera and she's taking a picture on Mars.
Yeah.
Then I've got the bread guy from Japan. He's he's carrying
French loaf or something?
A French loaf.
Yeah.
And then a puffin and a strawberry dressed up like a disco ball.
Hell yeah.
Anyways, that's not important. What is important is that I am going to be upgrading my MacBook for this year because I found that AI stuff just really requires a lot more power.
Yeah.
And the M1 has served me well.
She's great.
For a couple of years. But
good night.
I do think that Imagen doesn't really require a lot, but Lightroom requires a lot.
Bloatware.
So it's just running way too slow for me. I run adaptive tools on all of my images in Lightroom, and it is so slow. And I spent a lot of my time last year just waiting on my computer, and that drives me bananas. So I shall be upgrading to, I guess, the M4 MacBook Pro. Unfortunately, we did peruse before this episode and to see if I could perhaps get away with doing the Air, but I hate dongles. I hate having stuff hanging off.
Ports.
And they only have the USB-Cs.
Yeah.
So
I don't think they have an SD card slot either. So that's kind of criminal.
So I would say between your kit and my kit from a photo perspective, there's something in there for everybody.
Do you want to run us through what you use for every part of the day real quick?
Sure. I mean, realistically, my stuff is pretty similar to yours.
Okay.
I probably, depending on the getting ready, will use a 24-70 or I'll have a 35 on. I like to not walk into a space with a really massive lens on. If I walked in with a 7200 on, well, first of all, it's not very useful.
Doesn't make sense.
24-70 is a nice one because it allows me to get a wide shot of the house or the hotel or wherever I'm rolling up to, and then, get right into it. But the 35 is also very lovely.
I think 35 makes more sense for you specifically. We went through our Pic-Time stats wrapped for the year. And a lot of your portraits, what was the percentage of portrait versus landscape photo?
I did 55% portrait and 45% landscape.
Yeah, so you have a lot more portraits than landscape.
Yeah.
And so I feel like on a 24, a portrait is not a great option.
But the 70, nice.
The 70 is real nice, and also the 35 is a bit closer to 50. Like, it's really nice for that kind of thing. You need to get a bit of distance, but 24 is not good. It distorts people in a weird way when you're doing a portrait of them.
I wouldn't do a 35 portrait either, to be totally honest with you. Nope, that gets weird. I would do a 50. I would do the 24-70 at 70 or obviously 50.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't do a 35 on portrait. I think it's weird. People get weird legs. They get weird heads. It's not for me. 35, blah, 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 maybe a 50. And then going into, I generally do first looks. So I would say the first look, I've got probably 2 bodies on or physically close to me. And one would have a 24-70 and one probably has like the 50 or the 85.
Yeah.
Depending on the couple, maybe they are wanting more privacy. If they're going to do private vows or something, then I try to give them a little bit more distance. And then during the ceremony, depending, again, venue is so specific, but I'll probably have a 70-200 on one of my camera bodies and then the 50 or 24-70 on the other. And then, what? The one thing that is missing from my kit is a 16. I do need something wider for receptions.
Yeah.
I mean for dancing, specifically for dancing receptions, for speeches and first dances and like even evening portraits and stuff. I'm still going to go with a 50-85 option.
Yeah.
But for the dance floor, just to go back to what Tim and I said, I like to be in there with people.
Just be right in there with people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell us about your video kit?
Let's do it. Yeah. While I get that assembled, what do you use for families?
So for family sessions, I'm pretty much always on the 51.2 now, to be honest. Like, obviously, I'm not going to just leave it at 1.2 because that'd be weird. But having the versatility there is nice. But the 50 is so lovely. I do also really like the 24-70 for family photos. I think it is fun to have a wider shot, especially if I'm shooting in people's homes, of the space. A little bit of chaos sometimes is fun in there. It makes it feel a lot more real and a lot more like a lifestyle image.
For sure.
If I was just going to do one lens, gun to my head, couldn't bring anything else, I would bring the 35 though, because that gives me the versatility for all things. But no one's ever put a gun to my head and said I could only bring one lens.
Not yet. That's good.
Thank God.
I've amassed.
Okay, here we are
gear.
for the What's in Our
Jesus
Gear
Christ.
Bag video edition.
I shoot photo and video on Canon cameras because they have dual card recording. Nikon does not have that yet, so I will not be switching this year until they figure out something where they can do dual card recording for video and for video primarily. They do it for photos, not for video. So I need to have that redundancy. This is the Canon C70. It's my main workhorse as of last year, and it is beautiful. It has built-in fans, has built-in ND filters behind the like inside the body, so I don't need to use like a screw-on ND adapter to get that 180 rule.
Yes.
For shooting video. Got incredible batteries that last all damn day. It's just a beautiful camera. It's got dual SD card slots.
It's literally a cube. It's so funny.
It's a cube. It's part of their cinema line, and it's beautiful, and I love it. It's great. That is a fantastic camera I use and have used. It shoots internal RAW too, which I'm shooting a bit more of and have been for the last 2 years because I like to not worry about white balance when I do video.
Oh, fair.
So I can adjust white balance in post if I need to. They are massive files. Every card, the 256 cards I use are 512 gig cards. They last like no more than an hour.
No.
Each card, so you have to swap, and I have a lot of them. Which is
You
nice.
haven't considered just like getting the white balance right in camera.
I have, but it depends on the situation. If I'm running and gunning, so
Tim's like, fuck you.
So for things like portraits where we're outside and it's controlled, I'll switch to not raw.
I crack myself
When there's
up.
moments like we're inside during reception, I'll switch to not raw. But for ceremony, when there's
Sure.
light that's dynamic, or I'm walking into spaces where like getting ready is happening, there's always like crazy mix of light that I just want to make sure I'm able to adjust things in post
I
and
agree.
not worry about it after the
Valid.
fact. So recently picked up this one.
Tim's like, we're not friends anymore.
We're not friends. No, this is the C50. This is kind of the evolution of that one. This is newish. It does not have internal ND, but it has the same functionality of this one, just in a very small body.
Okay.
And I'm very excited to try this one this year. It has an amazing little top handle, which I'd like. Try that. Pick that up. See if you like that. It's fun,
Oh yeah,
right?
that's fun.
It's
I feel
nice.
like I could really shoot a skateboard video with this.
It feels like it, right? It has that skateboard kind of video style to it.
It's like, very skateboard. The handle is really funny.
This one has, it's a dual
There's
camera.
so many numbers and dials on that.
Dude.
That's
So
crazy.
I've reduced most of them to be nothing. Like most of these do nothing because there's so
Yeah.
many. I have basically 2 record buttons. I have switching modes, and then I have like white balance, and everything
too
else
many.
is just insane. But you have like
It's
a top
nice to have the
handle.
capabilities.
There's a top handle, which is really nice. There's a zoom rocker for telephoto versus wide, so you can actually like digital zoom with your lens.
Yeah.
Even if you have a prime lens, you can like use this to zoom in and out.
Oh.
It's really nice dampening on it. So this is a fun new one I'm excited about. I did shoot a wedding because it has photo and video mode. You can switch between the two. It's not
weird.
a hybrid camera per se because it takes about a minute. Not a minute, sorry. It takes about 10 seconds between switching between photo and video to boot up completely. So it's not good for a hybrid and not something I suggest. But if you're doing one or the other,
And if it's taking 10 seconds, presumably it's going to
you're
crash
gonna
at some
miss-
point if
you're
you
gonna
try to
miss
do
it.
that faster.
Exactly. Yeah. So I shot a wedding at the DTK Chapel with this as my second body last week, and it worked really well. So as
It's
a
so fun.
backup, this is a great camera. It does have a flash shoe underneath this handle, but it does not work with flash. So this is a non-flash camera,
What?
which is kind of annoying.
What do you
But also
mean?
it's-
Why does it? So it has a hot shoe.
It has a hot shoe, pardon me, that primarily syncs with the top
Doesn't
handle
work with
cover.
Flash.
Doesn't
Okay.
work with flash, which is kind of disappointing. But
So it's a video camera.
it's a video camera with photo capabilities for natural light
Sort of,
situations.
yes.
It's really good for content creation. It has open gate, which means you can shoot the entire sensor.
Open gate.
Open gate.
Oh my
And
gosh.
so you can actually record a 16:9 frame.
Okay.
Widescreen, while also recording a 9:16 in the center.
That's
and have
bananas.
2 separate files at the same
No.
time. So that's very exciting for content creation coming up in 2026.
Huge.
I'm very excited for this. For all the BTS stuff I do for Jeff Mack and Mac Weddings and stuff, this will be the workhorse camera I bring with me. It's so much lighter than the R3. It shoots raw internal as well. same as this one. It's just a lot lighter. So those are the two video camera main bitches I use for the day. They're
Main
very
bitches.
exciting. My main bitches are here. They're together. They're lovely. They're color balanced completely
These
the
are my
same.
ladies.
They're lovely. These are the digital side of things. When it comes to audio, I am a audio boy with Hollyland. They do little microphones. These guys have little
With
clippies.
Hollyland?
Called Hollyland is the name of the brand. They're little mic receiver wireless kit recorders. This one can connect to a camera using the hot shoe thing with a little cable. And then you also have an adapter for your iPhone. So if you want to make content on the run and use high quality audio using your iPhone through USB-C, the transmitter's here and receiver's here, and you can do both. And it's wonderful. And they're great. They have internal raw recording of 32-bit float, which doesn't matter to most of us, but it means that I can shout into this thing as loud as I want, and I can pull the audio back and have good quality audio.
Oh, that's nice.
So similar to shooting in RAW, you can adjust the volume after the fact,
Oh, yeah. Okay.
which is like integral, because most of the time I'll just slap this on a speaker and not worry about it.
Right.
Capture good, clean audio, and know that I can always bring it back in case something crazy happens.
Or like, somebody does or says something really wild and
Yeah.
you're like, oh, that's too bad that person happened to be speaking at a much higher level than we
They're
tested this
screaming
for.
into the mic, I can have it, right?
Yes,
So
for
this
sure.
is fantastic. It's got built-in safety. This is a new one for me as well. It is wireless audio monitoring, so I don't have to have a cable running from the camera to my ear.
Oh, it's just
got
in
like
your
a
ear.
half-second latency amazing, but it's just enough to monitor to make sure that there's
That's
audio coming through.
amazing.
I don't need to, because as long as they record internally as well as whatever I connect them to. But to be able to have this, not have like a bunch of cables.
Dude, you're
So
such a
excited.
gear boy. This is
I
crazy.
love, but it's like refined gear. It's not like too much. There's no monitors.
No.
I'm using the back of the cameras. Like I'm not having like, I don't have these.
How much time
insane-
do you spend on Google?
Google?
Just Googling things.
do you mean, like Google
Like, how are
Earth?
you finding all of this?
This is all your husband, my dude. This is your husband. This is your husband.
This is a lot of gear.
Yeah, dude.
Wow. Okay. Well,
So
good
these
to
are
know.
exciting. They only work with the Hollyland ecosystem, so I think so. It's something I wanted for a while. It could, because back in the day when I was shooting with like Sony products, they had Bluetooth. And like
You
they
shot Sony?
I have an A7S2
wow.
in my attic.
In my attic.
It sits in my attic with 9 batteries because that's how much it sucked. So
I'm afraid.
they had Bluetooth. I'm like, why can't they use like headphones, wireless headphones, and like give us audio monitoring, even if it's not in sync? Just give us something so we can see that it's recording
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
properly. They've done it. Thank you,
Yeah.
Hollyland.
Oh, I
You're
love that.
wonderful.
Okay, that's such a
Last
nice
thing on audio, I'll
problem
say
solved.
there's a lot more kit. Like there's tripods and stuff. I don't use gimbals, but tripods are tripods. Find a tripod that works. It's very tall. That's all you need.
It's very tall. They go
Just get
tall.
a tall one. Get a tall one. Get one above 6 feet, because I see so many videographers who are like, my tripod goes to here. I'm like, so when people stand up, you just see the back of their asses. Like that's what are you doing?
Everybody's
Get a tripod
standing
that goes
funny.
in people's heads. That's what you need to do. They exist. They're $160 on Amazon. Get one. They're great.
just not that hard.
They're recording us now. This is a Sony. You're welcome. What is this thing called? It is basically like an audio recorder. Like you
Yeah.
bring it to class way before iPhones. This was what you'd use to like record seminars, lectures.
I
Spies
didn't do
use it to
that.
record stuff.
It looks like something a reporter would use.
It's made to be this close to your face, which
Okay.
is roughly the distance that people use microphones for.
okay.
So I will, using a little neoprene sleeve I have here, made custom from someone in the UK. They like manufacture these for
Oh,
$20
specifically for this purpose.
For this purpose, you can slide it onto a microphone and have it sit there, and I do, and I get some of the best audio from
Yeah.
ceremonies as well as speeches from this
Yeah.
little mic kit. It runs forever. It's got internal storage of like, how many hours can I do on this thing? Let's see here. Like 48 hours on this thing. I can still go
It's probably
for.
too much.
It's too much. 45 hours and 4 minutes, 39 seconds.
Do your
of
cameras
internal.
go that long?
No, nothing does. But the point is, I can set this at the beginning of the
Okay.
day, leave it, come back, it's still recording, it still has
Yes.
great battery life, has a built-in USB, which
Yeah.
is fantastic. You can do expanded storage if you need to, do like a micro SD card slot here. So like
You need
it's
to
a
expand
perfect-
more storage
if
after
you need
48
it,
hours.
If you need it. So this is perfect. It's made for human voices. It's probably one of the best recorders and best investments I've made from audio perspective for a wedding day. I see these all the time in wedding videos, and they're not
I
not
love
a new
it.
thing, but they're kind of new. So that's audio in a nutshell there. I don't typically take board audio from DJs. I find it's hit or miss. I'd
Yes.
rather
Well, you're
attach
also
the
just
thing
like
to a speaker.
putting a lot of faith in someone.
It's one more thing to
Yeah.
forget at the end of the day, and another thing for them to like,
a
are
cable.
you good? Like, don't
oh,
worry
that
about
wasn't
me.
that wasn't plugged in. Cool.
Bingo.
Yeah,
I don't want to
scary.
rely on them, so I don't. That's the digital side of things.
Can you imagine if photographers relied on anybody else as much as videographers tend to rely on DJs? It's actually crazy to me
It's
when I shoot
insane.
weddings with anybody other than Tim or like the videographers that I generally like trust and work with.
Yeah.
And they'll go and do the like plug into the audio board. And I'm like, that would be I can't even think of what the photography equivalent of that would
There's
be.
nothing.
That I would say, hey, this thing that's critical for the outcome of my work, I'm going to give to somebody who's making like a product for somebody, a completely different purpose.
Yeah.
Like even not even the DJ, you'll give it to like the guy who's running the audio at the venue. He is going to go golfing in 20 minutes. Okay. Is not interested in helping you.
No.
It's very odd to me. Anyways.
No,
okay.
It's insane. So that's always a backup.
Let's
the backup is
talk
always
about-
working with the DJ and getting audio from them, but I primarily rely on myself. Let's talk about film, Lindsay, because
Film.
it's important. These are my film kit for weddings in 2026. One is a full film camera. Super 8 film camera. It is the Canon Sound, because you can record audio if you need to. I don't, but you could. 514 XLS. It is a beast, but it works so goddamn well. Camera cartridges, Super 8 cartridges go in there. You close it, you make sure it's on, and that's closed and sealed. And you make sure it's on, and it just goes. It's just a beautiful, beautiful camera.
Very
it's like
satisfying.
40 years old at this point. It's a workhorse. I will be buying more of these. It's great.
Where do you buy a thing like this?
You
eBay?
buy these on eBay typically. There's a lot of sellers out of Japan who do like CLA, like they properly make sure they work well. They test them with their own film.
Yeah, I feel like that's critical because you don't want to just buy from some random person
you
that
can get
finds
them
us
on
in their grandpa's
Marketplace.
basement, but like you
Marketplace
don't know
is
what that's going
rampant,
to be
right?
like.
Yeah, Marketplace is rampant with them. You want to make sure you get one that doesn't have like the old Mercury style batteries that does that, like, because a lot of them will have like one set of batteries that runs the motor and like does the zoom and everything like that, and another set of batteries that just runs the exposure settings. Because these are fully
interesting.
auto exposure. All you do is you zoom and you focus. You really rely on that light meter working properly. A lot of them use sensors that are like no longer compatible with the world, or batteries that no longer work because they used to contain mercury.
Right.
So this one uses just AA batteries that go into the grip here, and it is fantastic. Want to hold that thing? It's fun.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess if somebody was watching this and they said, "Oh, I would really like that," you'd suggest like a Japanese reseller
Yeah, go to
because they
Japan.
actually do all their testing.
They do.
But they also like the thing that I really enjoy about that's why we both bought film cameras from Japan is like they run film through them. They clean them all up. They run the test. Film is expensive.
Yeah.
And there's also something so sad, and I have done this a couple of times now, bought a new film camera, think it's awesome, come back to develop film after a trip or something, and I didn't run a test run through it, and it's got light leaks all day, or one of them the film didn't go through at all. I just found out, I thought I shot 36 frames, and then it somehow just kept going. The film just never actually wound through it, so that was very sad. But
having a reliable camera that is tested, works well, is integral.
especially
if
if
you're
you're
getting into
planning,
Super 8.
you're planning on doing it for anything other than your own enjoyment, and even if it is for your own enjoyment, I can tell you'll really hate film real fast if you get screwed.
On a wedding day, I'm using the C50, probably with the 24 to 70 for the most part. This is a 135. It's good for speeches and stuff like that. This is my kit for wedding video that's run and gun. This is what's on me at all times when I'm doing full video, digital, and film. When I'm doing just Super 8 coverage on a wedding day, which is a package I've rolled out and I'm very excited about, and I've booked a few for next year, this is my kit. So you have the full film experience using the Canon, and then I also have the Camp Snap 8, the digital Super 8 equivalent, basically, which allows me to shoot redundant moments that maybe because film is great, love film. Again, it's not reliable. You can't check the footage after you shot it to make sure it's there. There's no redundancy. It's recording light to silver haloid film. Like it's not. It's basically magic. And you're like, you get it back. You're like, how did this work? It's magic.
And also,
predictable magic.
You don't have 100% control over the outcome.
There's
Unfortunately,
2 parts where it could fall apart in the developing. Oh, sorry, there's many more. It could fall apart in your hands. You could take it out. It could explode. Now it's never happened, but it could happen.
Yeah.
Right? You've exposed all the film. It's dead. You send your developer. They do the wrong chemicals. It's
send
fucked on the post press.
You send it, and Canada Post loses your mail.
It's gone forever. Great, cool. You get it scanned. Maybe they burn it or something happens at that point. There's several processes where it can fall apart, and so far, touch wood. My God. Nothing's broken.
But it's nice to have an option when you do sell this Super 8
Bingo.
look of it still has a Super 8 experience.
Yes.
It's cool.
So the Camp Snap 8 came out last year. It is fantastic. It has the same build quality and look as a Super 8. So you still get the same experience on a wedding day. My couples don't really know the difference. They can't. They typically don't unless they have an idea of what this camera is. But it shoots basically handy cam style footage. that I'm able to roll simultaneously while shooting on this camera. So moments like the first kiss, first look, dance with the parents, moments that I won't get another chance to do, even some portraits, I'll shoot both. And because it's autofocus, I can literally just point it at a direction, pull the trigger, and it's going to make great video that at least I have a backup of, and I can distress and post if I want to make it look more like film.
Yeah.
And also the vibe of itself.
I can distress. This is my favorite thing about film. Like it's like that,
Make it look shitty.
that reel I sent to you, and it was this girl her pretending that she was showing her daughter her wedding film, and she's like, yeah, we did get them to shoot on Super 8. Was it cheaper? No,
it was way more expensive.
Well, I think that's me over
I'm
there.
in
That
white, so-
that's probably me in there. It's like, oh, you could have gotten your video to be like 8K, like just it could literally be an IMAX film.
Yeah.
But no, I'm gonna spend more to have a product that my videographer just said if I had to, I could take digital and fuck it up a bit, and that would be the same. So interesting choices, different strokes for different folks, as I say.
No, but I think it honestly,
there is nostalgia.
There's nostalgia, and it's the closest thing to recording a memory that I've seen visually. Like Super 8 film, when I get it back, I'm like, oh, this is rad. And it's unique and it's fun.
It is unique and it is fun and it's expensive.
It's a luxurious day. You might as well go all out. And that's my pitch for doing Super 8. I think it's magical, and I think it's something that people don't have, and they see it and they should have got it. They want it. FOMO.
Want it, got it. What's
if you're
that song?
Getting into I see it. I want it. I bought it.
Bought it. I got it.
So if you're getting into Super 8 and you're like kind of nervous about the experience and the budget associated with it, go.
Or even you're a photographer that wants to throw in some fun vibey stuff into your content.
That's a bit more mixed medium. The Camp Snap 8 is a fantastic idea and option. Promo code below. Check it out. And there's a version 2 now that records. You can actually have an input in. You can like audio into it because it records audio as well, which is very exciting. So. That's my kit, dude.
Look,
That's it.
Yawning. I'm like, oh, gear. My favorite conversation to have.
11 minutes.
Are you guys yawning? I hope not. We are so happy you joined us this week. Happy New Year. Next week, we have an exciting podcast coming out. Well, first of all, we're going to be filming it from multiple places. Oh, your point. I was like, what's he pointing at?
I'm pointing at the last thing we have to talk about.
Oh, okay.
Lindsay will be in Mexico. I will be here in North America. We'll be doing remote podcasting. I'll be in the studio. Lindsay will be in somewhere much nicer. And
Porque
probably more
I shall be in Mexico.
Espanol?
En Espanol.
We are rocking on our faces right now the Meta Ray-Ban sunglasses. These are fantastic.
Yes, this is the last part of our kit.
They have cameras built in. They have great audio for listening to the podcast, which you should be listening to it. If you're not listening, we sound great on the Metas. If you have Metas, rock them for your next walk and listen to us. But these are fantastic in terms of capturing BTS all day.
Yeah, Tim has the sunglass version. I have the just clear version. Taylor gave these to me, a little Christmas present. From probably Ray-Ban or Meta to him to me. But yeah, I'm really enjoying them. I need to figure out how to get them fitted to my eyes a little, like my face a little bit better.
Yeah.
So, because I have had people ask me, do they fit really well? Well, unfortunately for my face at the moment, no, but I think that I can get the arms bent in a little bit to just fit my face a bit better. But it is fun. Unfortunately, we do live in a content world and we're over here creating content all day long. And this is just like an easier way to do it. And if you're not using the Edits app yet, oh my freaking goodness, what are you doing? It's so easy to make quick content on the go. Obviously that combined with social templates, you're going to be a reel making machine next year.
And this is just a nice hands-free way to like
not have one more thing strapped to your body. Yeah, exactly. 100%. I really like it. So yes, next week we will see you guys. We will be talking about marketing strategies. I'm doing a deep dive into some research, into some data on consumer behavior.
Hell yeah.
On, basically the premise is going to be screw what that Magic 8 Ball just said about there being a recession.
And the pickle for that matter. We're talking about marketing strategies. Tim and I have been in this business since before y'all were born. And we have been through COVID. We have been through
I suffered through the era when people used to use burlap as decor. Okay.
Yeah.
We've been through a lot and we have seen it all. Some marketing strategies have lasted for the last 10 years and some are brand new to this year.
Some are dying.
And some we should probably let go away.
Yeah.
So we're going to be talking about marketing strategies.
What we're doing.
For you as a photographer in 2026, what works, what probably doesn't work, and how to make sure that you fill your calendar for the foreseeable future. So make sure that you tune back in. We shall be here. Cannot wait to see you all from the sunny streets of Mexico.
I will not be sunny. I will be very cold.
He'll be in here crying.
Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing this video and this episode with the people you love most in your life. Hopefully, maybe. Give us 5 stars.
Yeah.
We'll see you next week.
Toodles.
Bye.